next victim. Hey guys, welcome back to the next video. Today we're working on this Husqvarna. We're just getting it ready for the season. There's your model. Not a new machine. A few years old. Works awesome. This is my own personal machine. This is the one I use. And I put it away properly. So we shouldn't have too much of an issue when we go to use it again. Yeah, so it should be a quick video actually. Let me get my shot here. I'll take a screenshot of this and then that's what I make my video thumbnail with. People may have noticed that and maybe not. Anyways, so I put it away properly at the end of the season last year. It's just a quick check over to make sure that stuff isn't seized up. It's been sitting outside for the entire summer. Under cover. I have the Husqvarna cover for it, so we're just going to do a few general checks, look into things, and make sure we're going to be good for the upcoming winter. Whether I need it or not, that doesn't matter. Always check to make sure everything's good. Let's check the fuel, or lack of fuel. You smell that? Can't smell it? Me neither. I mean, somebody did their job right. It does not, it's so dry in there it doesn't even smell like gas. So there's no old gas. I emptied the tank and I ran the blower till it stopped running. Tank is empty. Carb should be empty. We're gonna do a quick check anyways. We're gonna drop the bowl, or if it's easy enough, I forget now how difficult it is to get into this one, but that's that. Now, I did change oil at the beginning of last season. Actually, I got the machine in the beginning of last season. Let's have a look at that oil. You can see the color of it. Beautiful, nice, clean, golden brown. Perfect. Oil's good. Fuel system should be good. Just checking the carb now. There's a drain on the carb. I'm going to unscrew that. The drain. Actually, you know, I might just take the bowl off because it's easy. I'll just pull the bowl off and make sure there's no crud in the bottom of the bowl. Spark plug is shiny brand new last year. The only thing I did notice is that the chute is stiff. It doesn't like to turn. So I'm going to lubricate the pivot up in here, and you can see here that it's sticky. So I'm going to hit that with penetrating oil. I don't even know what's on that. That's pretty thick. I might have used lithium grease on it, but obviously it thickened up with the dirt and crud that's been around. This is a steel chute on a plastic collar. So I'm going to clean that, and I'll probably just use penetrating oil on it. Free it up. Alright, we'll get you in the stand, get some stuff happening here, and we'll jump in. Okay, so let's get this goopy grease off of here. Just using penetrating oil, which should clean the old grease off and still lubricate what I need to lubricate. We'll have to swivel it back and forth a few times to get everything cleaned out. It works better already, but still want to get that grease out of there. And I'm just going to leave the penetrating oil in it, because it's working now, but I want it to work when it's freezing cold out too. I'm just going to pop the other side there and give her a wipe. Get that thick grease out of there. A little too far, I can't reach the middle. Oh, it works nice and smooth now. Oh, there we go. Yeah, I'll just leave that penetrating oil in there. It's perfect. That works good. Nice and smooth. Just going to lube up the pivot underneath the handle here. Can't see it, but just where it pivots underneath the console. We'll lube that up. Everything that moves needs a little squirt of lubricant sometime. It's outside, it's in the weather. Get you backed up a little bit. Everything that moves. That's a piano hinge. Penetrating oil is good enough for this. It doesn't have to be a thick grease. Just has to give everything a coating. It does pivot on the top here too. The chute does. Give that a shot. That's good. That's good. A little more penetrating oil. Make sure that stays good. Yeah, it's nice and clean now. That's going to get grit and sand and stuff in it down the base anyways with down in here. With the sand and stuff that's on the road, it's going to pick that up. Got to clean everything that moves. That's working perfect now. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Let's get you moved over here. Oh, maybe a little lower. Whoop, whoop, whoop. There's our carburetor ball. Well, let me get a rag. What size is that, do you say? What do you think? 10 mil? I think 10 millimeter. Don't know if I mentioned it, but this is the LCT engine. It's not a Tecumseh. LCT's liquid combustion technologies. It's a China engine, but it's actually pretty decent. That's what you get now on snowblowers. Now let's see if anything made its way in there. I'm pretty sure this was dry when I put it away. Bone dry. But let's see if water or anything made its way in there. There's the bowl nut. Nothing come out of that. Here comes the bowl. Oh, got a little primer laying in the way. There we go. Fall right down. Well, it's not too crazy bad. A little bit of floaties in there. It's alright. We're going to clean that out and put it back on anyways. Look up underneath there with a flashlight. It is spotless in that carburetor. Spotless. Turn the fuel tap on. Nothing's coming out, which means the whole system was dry when it went away. That's the way I like to do it. There's a couple of schools of thought on that. It does have a steel gas tank. Sometimes it's beneficial to leave those full with stabilized fuel. That way moisture doesn't build up in there and rust them out. This one didn't seem to have a problem. I grab my brake parts cleaner here and give this carb bowl a shot. Give her a shot and a wipe. Just make sure all those little tiny floaties don't get stuck in a jet somewhere. Hit that with a blowgun. That's all set. We'll get that pop back on there. The gasket. You know what? I am going to order a new gasket for this. This one's a little demented. It's not terrible. It's not quite perfect either. Order a new one. I got to be real careful putting it on there. Make sure it's in the right spot. The groove that holds the gasket is actually up in the carb body, not on the bowl. So Make sure that everything's sitting in there nice and flush. Actually squishing the gasket, which it is. Yes, I'm going to order a new gasket for it, just in case, because this one's a little hardened up. Cheap insurance. Make sure I don't get a leak or drain a gas tank all over the ground while it's sitting there waiting for snow. Back you up again. You guys are getting in the way. What I'm going to do is I'll put some gas in it. Non-ethanol gas. It's already treated with seafoam because that's what I use. That's what I like. It works for me. I've had good success with it. I'm not going to fill it. I'm just going to put some in it. I'm going to turn the fuel tap on, make sure that carburetor doesn't overflow. I'm going to make sure that that bowl gasket is holding. That happens to be 91 octane. It's not the octane I care about, it's the non-ethanol that matters to me. So, alright, we'll turn the fuel tap on. Carb bowl should fill up. We're going to ensure that it is by just cracking loose the drain. Well, I'll use a screwdriver for that, it's easier. Just want to get some fluid. Oh, jeez. Okay, maybe I'll use a socket first. Just want to make sure I get some gas coming out the carb. That'll tell me the fuel tap is working and that the float is not stuck in the up position or anything. Just crack it loose with that. Just need to see if some fuel comes out. Yep, there we go. Fuel's coming out. So the fuel tap works, the float works. If the float was stuck, the fuel wouldn't come out, because the float wouldn't let fuel get into the bowl. So that's that. Get the gasoline off my screwdriver because it's kind of rubberized handles and they swell up. And I don't see anything coming down from the bowl. Nice. We'll do a quick test fire. I'll get the hoist back down on the ground and set the camera up. Just do a real quick test fire, make sure it runs okay. We're going to fill up the tires, make sure they're at their maximum. Alright, I've never used the electric starter on this machine, only ever the pull starter. Let's see if she starts for me. Choke. Switch is on. Fuel is on. Got fuel coming out of the primer. She should fire up. There's no throttle on this machine, it's just on. So, let's see. Well, there we go. Get you out of your stand here. Do a final lock. First pull, the way it always starts. She's ready for the season. Oops, my thumb hit the stop button. First pull, fired up, ready for the season. At this point, all I'm going to do is I will top up the fuel a little bit more. I'll put a half tank in it or so, let it sit. I'm going to, after I'm done recording, I'm going to fire it back up with the fuel valve, the fuel shut-off valve, shut off, and it will drain the carb, because I don't want that stuff sitting in the carburetor. So it's fine if it sits in the gas tank, I don't care, but I want the carb empty. So I will fire it up and let it run through. No abnormal noises in the bearings. I spun those augers, seem to be spinning, no grinding noises. That's it. If you put your equipment away properly in the fall, this is what will happen when you need to use it in the winter. It's straightforward. Make sure your oil is changed and clean. Make sure you lubricate stuff in the fall, or in the in the spring when you put it away. That way when you need to use it again in the fall, you won't have an issue. Lube everything. Things wear out. Any moving part requires a small amount of grease or oil or anything. So, don't forget to smash that like button for me, guys. Subscribe if you like. If you do subscribe, click the bell icon. It will notify you when I upload new videos. Until the next one, take care.